Hello, it is I, your host, Cinema Kane. Today we are talking about the USA Sci-Fi Network series, Chucky. I recently finished season 2 and said, you know what? I didn't talk about the first season. Let's talk about season 1 and 2 of Chucky, shall we? So, Chucky started out as Child's Play. The first 3 installments of the original Child's Play franchise, Child's Play 1, 2, and 3, are some of my favorite horror movies of all time. Then we get into, shall we say, dicey or dodgy territory with the Child's Play franchise. There's a lot of fun to be had with Bride of Chucky, the 4th installment. I really enjoy that movie for the most part. But Seed of Chucky is one of those movies that I just go, I don't want to rewatch that if I'm rewatching the franchise, because it is so slapstick, so over the top, so, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just, for someone who enjoys a good, bad B movie, this is not that enjoyable for me. Just saying. Another thing I didn't particularly care for in Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky was the Chucky redesign with all the scars and all that stuff. Never liked that redesign. Didn't understand why they couldn't just, leave well enough alone with that. That said, then we get to something totally unexpected. Curse of Chucky. Curse of Chucky, also a fun flick, feels scarier than the last 2, definitely. And just a great surprise that they bring back one of the greatest child actors ever, in my opinion, in Andy Barclay, played again by the child, now grown man, Alex Vincent. But that's not all. They continue their success with Curse of Chucky into Cult of Chucky. A lot of people didn't like Cult of Chucky. I enjoyed it quite a bit, actually. And I love the idea of multiple Chuckies running around. That was a cool idea. And that brought back the character of Kyle from Child's Play 2, as well as Alex Vincent's Andy again. On top of introducing from the previous film, Nika. Played by Brad Dourif's actual daughter, Fiona Dourif. And I gotta say, brilliant casting choices all around. Love the Child's Play franchise. That actually brings us into Chucky. So, season 1 of Chucky is all about facing your bullies in a large way. It's about Chucky trying to get one of a group of teenagers to kill for him so that he can essentially take over the world again. Now, all that said, our main character is Jake. Jake is at the start of the season, Jake is a closeted gay teenager, and he comes out by the end of season 1 and has a boyfriend, and his bully has actually become a friend of his by the end of season 1. It's a great thing where you get character arcs for most of the central cast, which is rare to see in TV, especially when it's only 8 episodes long. And I gotta say, there's a lot of heart in season 1 of Chucky. Same with season 2. The biggest problem between season 1 and season 2 is season 1 leaned into scares a bit more, in my opinion. Season 2 leaned a lot more into the comedy. Now, the Child's Play franchise is no stranger to comedy. They've been doing it since the beginning. That said, when you do comedy on the scale they did in season 2, where you actually have parodies of Silence of the Lambs, and Apocalypse Now, and The Exorcist, with Chucky being substituted for the homicidal maniac or serial killer or whatever you want to call them, you find yourself thinking, wow, they really went off the rails this season, and to a degree they did. The show still has a lot of heart. We're still getting some good character arcs, but man, the way that they did some of the stuff this season just makes you go, I wish they would have stayed more in the horror genre. But they also reintroduced Glenn and Glenda from Seed of Chucky, my least favorite Child's Play movie, in this one. And by doing that, I almost feel like they had to lean into the silliness and the stuff I didn't like about Seed of Chucky to make season 2 what it is. I like the show, I like the franchise overall, but season 1 was definitely better than season 2. I'm hoping season 3 maybe somehow figures out a way to get it back on track. The one thing I'll give season 2, if you're a fan of some of the more unique and interesting kills that you've seen in the Child's Play franchise, season 2 has a lot of really interesting ones, really cool ones. I'm your host, Cinema Kane. I hope you enjoyed this extended review of the Child's Play franchise, more specifically the Chucky TV series. If you did, don't forget to click like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share this on all your social media platforms. Hoping to grow the channel to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and it's only May. And I'll see you next time at the video store.